Hi and welcome to Chamber Chat TV. I'm Danielle McFadden, President of the Chamber. I am flying solo today because Emma's not feeling well, but I figured I could probably handle it after all these years. So excited to have an old friend on with me.
Yes.
Pauline King from RARA.
We used to do radio shows together,
Yes.
Many radio shows with
I didn't even know that
Karen.
you were coming on until I looked and saw I got all the questions today. I said, oh great, and
Yeah.
it was decided PJ Mercy's going to be on next, so it's always good to connect with friends.
It's wonderful.
So let's talk about RARA. What does RARA stand for?
RARA stands for Recreational Adult Resource Association, and it was established in 1968. So next year will be our 50th year.
Amazing.
Yes, it is amazing because we are entirely a nonprofit and a very, very, at this time, volunteer-based program. We have one office manager,
Wow.
and the rest of all the work is done by volunteers.
That's great.
So it is a wonderful, wonderful organization.
I was going to make you give a history lesson, even though it wasn't on my cues.
Right,
because
well-
you've been with the organization for so many years.
Well,
and you
it
know
seems
so much
like
about it.
I've been there, and I do know about it because I knew a lot of the families, and of the families who started RARA, Kay and Leo Peralt, Ruth Doucette. There were a number of clients, our clients now, that there wasn't anything for their children to do, and they started a day program and an evening program. It started in the home of Mrs. Doucette, and then it went to 2 other buildings, and then Ken Hawkins joined the group, and he was able to obtain the Pond Street School, a group of volunteers and relatives, and so many people redid the whole Pond Street School, so now we have a building. And as time went on, we leased it from the city, but as time went on, we were able to buy the building for $1 through Ken Hawkins. So a few years ago, we dedicated our building to Mr. Hawkins, and it's now called RARA at Hawkins House. And that was one of the, I just love being able to do that. Well, he did so many things for the city, and I didn't see his name anywhere, so it was just a wonderful thing
It's a
we were
great
able
tribute.
to do.
I actually drove by the building the other day. I haven't
Yeah.
been by there in a while.
It's
It's
a
in
nice-
great shape, really
Oh,
nice building.
We put in a new kitchen a while ago.
Excellent.
It was quite old. We actually had a stove in there. It was almost the exact replica of what Julia Child used on her TV show. So it needed an update, but we've done many things, so it's a very wonderful thing.
What do you do with the kitchen there?
We have monthly dinners, and
Nice.
then we have, on bingo night, they have little treats and things
Great.
that they make. And pretty soon we'll be starting some little cooking lessons and classes.
Fun.
So
I think I could
we'll
probably
do
use
that.
those.
no,
Fine.
I don't know if they've invited me to be chef, but no.
So let's talk about who you serve.
We serve developmentally challenged adults, age 18 and up, with recreational activities. There used to be a day program, but we have found that many of our students are now working in programs outside of the community
Yeah.
and into regular jobs at Market Basket, Hannaford's, and a lot of them go to other day programs. So right now, I would say we service our clients for recreational activities.
That's great.
So there are about 125 clients, and we service them from Greater Lowell. It's not just Lowell,
Yeah.
so it's Greater Lowell.
And you have with you a calendar of events. I can't even believe all that you offer.
Well,
You said we just offer nighttime recreational, but
No.
there's a lot happening.
well, we have swimming. Right now we have swimming, track and field, and volleyball. That would be in preparation for Special Olympics.
And where do those take place?
In
Throughout the
Boston.
community? Oh, wow.
The swimming takes place at Greater Lowell Tech.
Yeah?
The volleyball is at the Riley School.
Mm-hmm.
Track and field is at Shed Park.
Great.
This year we're not going to Special Olympics. They seem to change the date periodically, and 2 of the coaches wouldn't be able to go. That's one thing I could not do alone. So
You don't want to be the swim coach, track coach?
I am. But
Wow.
you can't go. When you go to Special Olympics, you set up tents, you take care. It's a big
Yeah,
job.
sounds it.
So, and so we have in those right now, and we just finished our basketball season, but we do, let's see, Qigong classes, which is wonderful. It's a relaxation class, much like,
Like a yoga or something?
yes,
Oh,
very
interesting.
much.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
It's wonderful. But we have country dance. We just had a country dance. Every month we have a dance. We go to movies. They just went to see, I forget what it was, at Tewksbury High School.
Oh,
they went to a show, but we go to shows all over.
Yeah.
Up to Portsmouth, down. We'll be going to see the castles in at Seabrook.
Excellent. All the sandcastles?
There's very little that we don't do, but I wish I could think of all of them, but I can't. We're going to go to the Spartan obstacle course at Fenway, and then we go to Spinners Games. We have a block party. Yeah, Canopy Lake, Blues and Brews Music Festival, barbecue, movie.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's
more active
and that's
social life
just,
than I have, that's
yes.
for sure.
And that's just in these few months. So come September, we have bowling every Thursday, bingo every other Friday night. So it's a very, very filled calendar.
And you have volunteers?
Well, we're always looking for volunteers, but yes, we do. It's volunteer-based, and that's who gets everything started, everything
So
going.
in terms of volunteers, what are you looking for from a volunteer?
Well, we'd love volunteers to come so they could chaperone some of our activities. We'd love them to come to do some office work. We'd love them to come to help out with fundraisers and stuff like that. Any way that any volunteer could help would be really appreciated.
So fundraiser, I'm glad you brought that up because you talked about all these wonderful activities, how you just renovated a kitchen.
That was a little while ago. And we got money from the BCBG grant for that.
Okay, so let's talk about funding, different funding sources, and then some fundraisers that you have coming up. And of course, I'm sure if anybody's watching and is compelled, you'll always gladly accept them to send a tax deductible donation.
CDBG grants from the City of Lowell. And as you know, those, you read in for the grant, so you have different projects, but that helped us get our kitchen done.
That must have been really exciting when you got the A-OK on that one.
Yeah. And then it also gives us scholarships, which is really beneficial because our clients mostly, they live in group homes, a lot of them, and their budget is very, very limited. So when we get grants, we have scholarships. The Greater Lowell Community Foundation, the Nancy Donahue part of that, makes a contribution to us every year. The Ayer Home and Trust, we have memorials, comedy night fundraiser, which we'll be having another one in October, and we have raffles. But this year we have brought back our golf tournament by popular demand.
Excellent.
So that's going to take place on June 12th at the Trollbrook Country Club.
Oh, great. Excellent.
So we're looking forward to that. That's always a lot of fun. You can buy mulligans. I love mulligans.
Can you buy unlimited mulligans?
I don't know. I think I have, but I don't always use them. I get a little intimidated by those people.
That's the only way I could play. I would just have to mulligan my way through the whole thing.
Right. The intake process is you have to be 18 and older. And we have an interview. Then we make a decision. We usually choose, it's not very restricted, but we have to be very careful that we are able to take care of the clients that come. And some really clients it is because we're liable. And we just have to make sure that all our clients are protected and well taken care of.
So volunteers do all the intake as well?
No, the office manager, but a volunteer or somebody on the board will go and sit with that person and we'll make a decision. You must
have like one of the best boards in the community.
Well, we have a pretty good board.
It has to be a really good board if you're able to do everything that you're talking about and you only have an office manager. That's amazing.
Well, she's quite remarkable. We used to have more, but then people kind of left.
Yeah. Are you always interested in adding to the board as well? Is that
well, we'd love to add to our board and we'd like our volunteer base.
Yep.
See, our clients are getting older, so our volunteer base is becoming less. We have some new, younger folks volunteering, but usually it's folks who are definitely involved with the clients. They're the most readily available.
It's a great way to find new board members too. Volunteer, get acclimated with the organization, and then you can say, hey, you're a great volunteer. You should really consider coming on the board.
That's what happened to me.
How long have you been involved?
Just 11 years.
Really?
Well,
I've just been volunteering for 11 years. It's amazing.
Well, no, because I've worked with is folks, a lot of the
Yeah.
clients I had in class. And so I've been very, very familiar with the community. So when I retired, I said that would be the group I would volunteer with.
Did you realize it was going to end up being
No.
a full-time job?
I didn't, but it's still a wonderful job. I mean, it's not a job, but it's a wonderful thing to do. You can't imagine the thrill that you would get when you see someone win $2 on a bingo night. It's like $1 million. So,
Right.
you know, there's so many more pluses than there are minuses when you
Absolutely.
volunteer and you give back.
Let's talk about some of the benefits to your clients. I mean, obviously, the socialization, I'm sure, is huge.
It's very, very good. And I think they feel very safe. It's a place for them to go. It's a place for them to feel wanted. It's a place for them to feel as if they belonged. And I don't think there's anybody out there that doesn't want to feel like they belong.
Absolutely.
And it makes them feel good about themselves. You know, you can see some personalities change once they get there. They'll come into an activity, then the next thing you know, they're feeling very, very good about themselves.
That's excellent.
So I think that's the most important thing, is the feeling of belonging and feeling wanted and to be with your peers.
And all the different just sports alone that they can play. I'm sure
Oh,
some
yes.
of them have never even tried
Yeah,
some of the different activities.
some of them, but you know, we always make it work.
Yeah.
No matter who's volunteering, they make it work.
And I'm sure a lot of the families of the clients too, it becomes a network and a support system
I
for
think-
them as well, I would think.
It is, but it's a wonderful thing for families to know that their members have a place to go where they can feel safe and feel wanted
Absolutely.
and just
Yeah.
enjoy themselves. Yeah. Oh, it's like a great big family.
I bet.
And they walk around as if I'm in charge here. So it's a
Everybody's
good thing.
in charge.
Yeah.
Everybody's the boss.
Yep. Yeah, you don't usually hear them saying you're not the boss of
Yeah.
me. Like, you know, 3, 4-year-olds.
Yeah, trust me.
Exactly.
I know I'm not the boss of my house. I've totally given up on that. We only have a few minutes left. Anything you want the viewers to know?
Yes, I would like to tell them about, they could go and see us at www.raraagency.org, and please visit us on facebook.com/raralowell. You will see many pictures of all the activities we do, and you'll be amazed. Even more amazed than what I'm telling you
Yeah,
now.
sounds great. And there's volunteer opportunities, opportunities to donate, attend the golf tournament coming up?
Yes, and there's another, I knew I might forget one. It's a drop-off if you want to donate spring clean-out.
Oh,
Bring your
great.
unwanted clothes and books to Rara at 295 High Street. Books and clothings and shoes and purses, linens, towels, blankets, pillows.
Excellent.
And I also know like other places collect those things, and I understand if you're going to give them
Yeah,
to.
but that's such a nice,
No.
easy way. First of all, it gives you the opportunity to clean up and
Right.
clean out,
And
but
it's not
also to
that-
help a great cause.
Yeah, it's a very good cause.
Yeah.
We always have a bin in our yard, so you can drop off books or clothing in the bin.
Well, that's great.
We were able to, just from Got Books, when we had Got Books, we were able to purchase a 13-vehicle van.
Wow. I'm sure with all the books my husband has in our basement, you could purchase a van, but I guess it
That
may be
take-
before June
take a
3rd
while.
before I can
Yeah.
get him to do all that. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for joining us.
Thank you for seeing me again.
So
It
nice
was a
to see
pleasure.
you and
Yes.
talk about Rara, all the wonderful things that you're doing.
And good luck with your baby.
Thank you very much. Yes, only a couple more months behind this chair, but I think I'm going to be a
Ooh.
little closer to the table next month.
That's good.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to talk about
Thank
something
you.
that I haven't been able to enjoy for 6 months, beer.
Hi, may I please have an application? Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your GED.
Okay.
Take that first step towards a better future and sign up for free classes now at yourged.org.
Hi, and welcome back to Chamber Chat TV. I'm Danielle McFadden, president of the Chamber, again without my sidekick Emma today, but we'll be okay. We're so excited to have PJ Mercier here from Navigation Brewery. PJ was on our radio show, must have been about 5 months ago. You were going to
Yeah.
bring samples, and
Yep.
I had to say, oh, I'm not feeling well. I felt so bad because you were going to
That's
bring
right.
beer samples, but it's because I was pregnant. But at the time, I wasn't telling anybody.
Yeah, we enjoyed them
So
anyway.
a public apology.
Not a problem. You don't have to do that.
But in a few months, I will gladly participate in
Yeah, you
sampling.
come down, we'll take care of you.
So let's talk about how you got into brewing.
Yeah, so we got into brewing. My father-in-law and I, pretty much, he's the brewer. And I was trying to win him over by, stepping in a few times and, just being the future the son-in-law. So anyway, it was always a joke. We used to sit on the beach and drink a lot of his beers and just joke about opening a brewery one day. And then one day he came up to me and said, hey, let's do it.
How awesome is that? You have a pretty cool father-in-law.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Everybody's watching like, wow, my father-in-law.
No complaints at all.
That's
no
great.
My mother-in-law is awesome too. So I got to give that shout out as well. But
So it's you and your father-in-law there?
yeah, it's me and my
running this?
father-in-law, and then we have a somewhat of a staff of volunteers and part-time employees.
And diehard drinkers?
And diehard drinkers,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, casual. They like to drink casual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the difference between like a brewery that you run versus like a pub or something
Oh,
like that?
total difference. Total different. I mean, we're not looking for that late night crowd. I mean, we close. I think the latest we're open right now is 9 o'clock. I don't anticipate anything later than that. Maybe some special events, 10 o'clock. But yeah, we get the people who come in. They want to enjoy a couple beers with some food, and then go on their way.
And you don't have a kitchen, so let's talk about the food aspect, because this is really cool.
Yeah, we never wanted to get into the restaurant business. No offense to the restaurant business, but I didn't want to be involved with food. So what we decided to do is take advantage of the local food trucks, and we use them all. And we try to get them in a schedule so that everybody can get in there at least once or twice a month. Sometimes some are more than that, and they do really good things in the back of a food truck that is just amazing that we could never duplicate. So we let them do their thing and we bring them in. It's a great match because you have two small businesses kind of working together and using each other's networking to bring in people.
Yeah, we had a mixer there a month or two ago.
Yeah, I think it was a month ago, right?
And the guy from Phoenix Rising was the best.
Yeah.
Telling me about the dough and the stove, and then I was walking around serving samples of the pizza.
Yeah, you get the pizza, and then Let's Roll Egg Roll was there. James was there too. So yeah, that was a good one. Those guys are they've been with us since the beginning, pretty much. As soon as they opened up, I tracked them down and said, hey, you guys are Lowell. We're Lowell. Come visit.
Awesome.
So.
And you have an outdoor area too.
Yeah, we have an outdoor beer patio. We were calling it a beer garden for a while, but I think a beer patio is better because we only serve our own beer. So we're only allowed to serve our own beer. So yeah, we have an outdoor area that probably seats anywhere. Well, it could definitely fill upwards to 100, 125 people.
Really?
Out there. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I think we have like 6 picnic tables out there now. We have cornhole boards.
Awesome.
Sometimes we're trying to get the bands as soon as the weather cracks. The bands are going to go out there and play some acoustic sets. And then sometimes the food guys will actually set up down there and they'll put underneath the tent and hang out, and it's really cool. So we enjoy that.
That's one assignment that they don't mind at all. They're like, yeah, we're going to Navigation Brewery.
Yeah, they don't mind.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty good trade, beer for food. So
Yeah,
it
that's
works out really
great.
well. Yeah, I'm well fed and they're well hydrated.
And this isn't your first location, so you kind of moved into you kind of graduated to this space.
We definitely graduated to this space. No, we were located over on Meadowcroft Street originally. It was a small garage bay. You'd seen it. Yeah, you saw it. It was small.
Yeah.
I think it was maybe just under I think it was like 1,100 square feet, and it was tiny, and it was getting busier and busier, and more people were coming in to pick up bottles or get their growler fills. So we decided, okay, it's time to take the next step, and let's go get something we can kind of grow into, and we outgrew it really quick. So thankfully we have that outdoor space.
Yeah. And
so.
what amazes me about you is that you work full time as well, and you have 4 kids.
Yeah,
How
busy
do you
guy.
even function?
My wife is a saint. Absolutely.
She has to be, yeah.
Yeah, about 80, 90 hours a week.
Oh my gosh,
So.
You must love it, because
Oh, yeah,
why else
absolutely.
would you do it? If you
It's an absolute love for the beer and love for just meeting new people and just being part of the Lowell scene is really awesome.
And you have a beer. What is your beer? Not beer of the month, but the mugs. What is it?
We have a mugs. Yeah, actually, I just got a text message from Bob saying that we we had it. It was real successful. What we do is we had, I think, like 50 mugs, and it's a membership, so you join, and then you get 20 ounces for the same price as 16 ounces. But you're also an exclusive member to the Mug Club.
Oh, the Mug Club, that's what it was.
The
and
Mug
I went
Club.
like that because the mugs are all hung up.
Yeah,
like,
they're all hung. Most of them are hung up, but we just ordered another 50, so we're going to be.
Oh my gosh.
I think Saturday.
Wow.
It might be the day we release those out to first come, first serve.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Let us know when you do that so we can post it on Facebook and Twitter.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that was. This has been well. We've had a lot of people asking about it. They're going to go quick.
Oh, I bet.
The first ones went, we started it in December of 2016, on December 1st, thinking, hey, this would be a great thing for like the holidays to get, family members that come down here. So on December 2nd, when the girls opened up, they only had I think 5 or 6 to sell. So they sold out pretty much the first day.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we were not expecting that at all, it's just awesome. The local community, they like their beer.
And what I love about it is Dot Richards, who's a friend of both of ours, and her husband, she's number 1 and he's number 3.
Yeah, the only one I reserved, Bob said, we're going to reserve any numbers. I said, give me number 1. I don't care about any other ones. I said, that one is going to a very good friend of ours.
So funny. So yeah, there's a guy wedged in between the Richards.
Yeah, yes, there is. Actually, I believe it's Dave Greenwood. So I don't know if you know Dave, but he's another Lowell guy. He's great. Another great guy who was there from day one.
That's great.
He might have been he's probably one of the handful of first customs we had.
Excellent. So nice to have that loyalty and just excitement around what you do.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So how many beers do you brew?
Oh.
Or how many beers don't you brew? You brew a lot.
Yeah, so we pretty much brew based on styles, and then we do variations of those styles. Bob's recipe book is vast. We've brewed over 100 different beers at this point, and we haven't even scratched the surface.
Wow.
It doesn't really take much to switch up a beer. So if you have a beer that people really like, we can easily switch the hops around and maybe the yeast, and you have a whole new beer. So yeah, the possibilities are absolutely endless.
Do you have like 1 or 2 beers that you always brew consistently, or do you always change?
Yeah, we originally started off with 4 beers. It was our pale ale, our milk stout, a double IPA, and an IPA that we started off with, thinking, okay, these are going to be like our flagships.
Yeah.
Well, that grew. Now, I'd have to say there's probably about 20 beers that we consistently brew as much as we can. When I say consistently, they're probably out every 2 or 3 months. They're kind of coming through, making their way through. But we focus on brewing fresh beer and releasing fresh beer. So anything that is released on Thursday was probably packaged on Tuesday.
Wow.
So yeah, it's like get down there quick or it's going to be gone. And yeah, we try to switch it up with, we bring back a bunch of different seasonal ones, where we got our summer ale coming out soon. We have a German ale that we just brewed, which is a Cot Boost. So we brew that a couple times a year. And that particular one is seems to get a lot of attention. And then our IPA, we kind of switched up that one, and we're actually have to go back to not the drawing board, but we actually have to go back to the brew schedule, and we have to brew that one I think 3 times in a row, just so we can keep up with the demand on that one.
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
that's amazing.
And it's got the new system going now too.
Yes,
so that
that's
goes
exciting.
On maiden voyage tomorrow, so we'll see how that
good
works.
luck.
Yeah, we're gonna need it.
Yeah, I love when you walk in, because there's you can see all the big, I don't know what they call it.
Yeah, the fermenters. Yeah. We're gonna those will be we're gonna be moving some stuff around the tap room soon, so there's gonna be some stuff moving out of it. It's gonna open up some more seating. And then
great.
a nice visibility of the brewery area. So we're going to be able to clean that up, and when it grows fast like that, you're kind of working around everything. So it's been chaotic, but we're getting there.
How long have you been in business?
We just turned 3 actually. Wow. We just celebrated it a couple weeks ago, but our official birthday is on March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, of all days.
Perfect.
Yeah, but we figure, you know what, that's a holiday in itself, so we'll celebrate our birthday when it's a little warmer out, and people can kind of hang out outside.
So do you and Bob ever look, if you have the time, to look back and say, can you even believe that what has happened in 3 years?
All the time, yeah. Well, I can pretty much tell you verbatim how the conversation is going to go on Memorial Day weekend. We're going to be sitting on the beach, and him and I are just going to raise a glass together and
my
be like,
gosh.
this is unbelievable.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And you mentioned the girls. You said when the girls open. Who are the girls?
The girls. That's my lovely wife and my sister-in-law. My wife Jill and Natalie, my sister-in-law. They're the girls. So it was sort of one of those things, like they were definitely going to get some hours behind that bar, and they enjoy it.
I bet.
They wanted to be part of the business, and that's probably the easiest place to put them right now. I think as we grow, I think their roles will probably, hopefully, take some of the burden off of me.
Oh, I mean, you're doing it all.
Yeah, I'd like to have somebody do the marketing for me, or at least the scheduling. That's.
Be careful what you wish for if somebody's doing the marketing for you, because you're going to be like the demand already alone. Imagine if like.
Well, we'll probably keep it. We'll probably keep that with the family. We'll probably my wife or my sister-in-law maybe.
That's great.
Or maybe, who knows, maybe I'll just stick with the marketing and the brewing on the side and do the other stuff.
So you used to be in stores, right? And then when you moved to a new location, you decided to.
Well, it wasn't a decision. It was
or?
What happened was we were probably in about 40 different stores and probably about 40 different restaurants and bars. When we moved the tap room, when we moved to the new location, we figured we'd put a tap room in. And once that happened, we immediately had to stop bottling because we noticed that the supply for the tap room demand was growing.
Yeah.
So we stopped bottling, and then it was probably about 3 or 4 months after. It was, probably around August, September, we stopped distributing the kegs again because the demand was growing so much.
Yeah.
And doing it part-time, we weren't able to say, okay, we got to go buy a new system. We have to go do all this stuff to grow the business. And but then we realized, okay, no, we have to do these things now. So that's what we're working on now.
So there goes another 20 hours a week or something.
Yeah, something like that. When I go there full time, I'm going to have more time on my hands. I know what to do with. My kids are going to love it, or they're going to hate it, one or the other. So.
Do your kids love going though?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They know the place better than me. I think actually my sister-in-law had my son Griffin working the register on Saturday. It was a good time. So yeah, they enjoy it.
Nothing like the family aspect of it.
Oh yeah, they absolutely love it.
I mean, I've only been in the tap room once, given my condition, but I plan on coming back soon. But it feels like a family atmosphere.
Oh, it is. I mean people bring their kids, people bring their dogs. We always say kids and dogs are welcome as long as they both get along with others.
Perfect.
So, and we actually put a little arcade game in there for the kids too. So it's like a free arcade game that.
It's great.
It's got like, I don't know, like 70 old school games. Awesome. One of our friends down the hall had lent it to us. So
very cool.
We call it the babysitter.
I like it. Yeah. I might need one for my house. So we only have like a minute or two left. So can you just talk about your hours and then anything else you want the viewers to know? Yeah,
we can. So we're open on Thursdays 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 5 to 9 p.m., and Saturdays 2 to 8 p.m. And once we get everything up and running, we're probably thinking by the end of June, early July, we're going to add Sundays, probably something like noon to 5.
Idea.
Yeah, a little daytime drinking on Sunday, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But that's probably about the extent of it, and then we'll see what happens. We are now with the new system too. Hopefully, we're going to get some cans. We're going to get a mobile canning line in there. Get some guys coming up from the North Shore. They're going to come down and can some beer for us, and then maybe get back into a few of the restaurants and pubs. But it'll probably be very limited.
Yep.
So.
Oh, we'll have to come see you.
You got to come see us.
Thing.
Yeah, not a bad thing.
And how can people find out more information? Do you have Facebook, Twitter?
Yeah, we have. The best thing to do is go right to the web page is www.navigationbrewingcompany.com. And actually, I think it might be just brewing.com.
Google it.
Google it.
Yeah.
Google it. Navigation Brewing Lowell.
Yeah.
You'll find it. That'll lead you to our social media pages: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever else.
You do a great job.
Thank you. I try.
Yeah, you're talking about how you do the marketing, but you do a great job.
My favorite is Instagram. It's a picture, and then it's sent off, and
everybody loves it.
Everybody loves it. Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah.
Everything else, you can yell at me about the grammatical errors and all that stuff. So
no one cares.
My wife gets on there and fixes it for me.
So nice to see you.
Yes,
Thank
you
you
too.
so much,
Yeah.
and have a great spring and a great summer.
Yeah, and we'll
and
see you
everything.
once.
Yes, I
the
know.
little
Well, I
one
keep
has
on telling my
arrived.
husband to go down. I'm like, you don't have to wait for me.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
I got to get him down there sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with our final segment.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Hi, and welcome back to the final segment of Chamber Chat TV this month. I'm Danielle McFadden, President of the Chamber. Very excited to be talking to two of my good friends over here.
Oh, and we are both very excited, aren't
Yes.
Bill Garr from Lowell House, Mr. Radio Voice, I always like to say. The best, and TV too.
we? Well, a TV personality,
Yes,
too.
TV
You know, we have
personality.
our own show, Recovery Matters.
Yes,
Young
that's
Ju's
true.
been on that.
Yes, and Young Ju's here too. She's at the Coalition for a Better Acre. You guys are together a lot lately.
We are.
Let's talk about that.
We are.
So what's going on?
Well, we have a great partnership.
Yeah?
And it seems like a partnership. I actually, it's a partnership that's been together. It actually predates Young Ju also. But it's a partnership that we've been together with CBA for over 3 years planning
Wow.
this wonderful project. And it's gone through several iterations. It's going from a single sort of recovery center, what we felt was very innovative with our 10,000 square foot recovery center on the bottom, and with all the clinical programs, to the apartments and the sober apartments on top. And what we really wanted to accomplish with this was to get sober apartments in our continuum. Right now we have a continuum that goes from a detox all the way through sober houses. And sober houses, as you know, are congregate living. So for a person to really go and say, at this point in my life, I want to be in a place where I can bring my family in, where I can have my children, or I can have my girlfriend or boyfriend, and I can live a normal life, but I don't want to be near alcohol, I don't want to be near drugs, and I want to continue my sobriety for the rest of my life. This is an ideal spot, and we don't have that in Lowell. So we thought that was incredibly important to the health and welfare of the people in Lowell. But also, I think, in terms of fighting this terrible opioid crisis we have, the relapse rate is so high with people that are out of either detoxes, out of recovery homes. An average person can relapse sometimes 15 or 20 times.
Oh my gosh.
So for families, it's very frustrating because
Yeah.
I think, God, we've made it and they're going to be good, and suddenly they're re-addicted again. So this is a way to fight relapse. And at the same time, we're moving over to the health center. But I think I'll let Young Ju talk a little bit more about the apartments since we're talking about
And
the
I can't
apartments.
believe you just said we've been working on this for 3 years before Young Ju. I feel like you've been around forever. How
know.
many years have you been at the CBA?
3 years.
3 years,
Yeah.
okay. Because you're such a huge part of the community. So anyways, sidetrack.
Well,
but-
and she very much put a face on the CBA.
oh my gosh,
which is great.
unbelievable.
We were just talking about Young Ju has finally said, no more Saturday nights. Saturday nights are going to be for me.
You go, girl.
Yeah.
It takes a long time. Yeah, I think you have to have a few years where you say yes to everything.
Yeah, you do. You do.
You know, yeah.
And then Friday nights, Saturday nights, they're tough.
Yep.
So don't ask the Young Ju to come into anything on a Saturday night.
Unless it's Navigation Brewery, but
Oh, of
maybe you go to
course.
that.
Right.
So yes, we've been talking about for 3 years, and finally we have support from the city and the community to do this project. So we're really, really excited about this, and it's still going to take probably another 3 years to do this project. So it's not going to be a brand new building on Merrimack Street tomorrow. But so that there's a lot of process. But what we're planning is to have recovery housing. But this is just like any other apartments. It's a regular, normal housing for people. It's just that we would have house rules of no alcohol and no drugs. So, and then we would still partner with Lowell House, and there would be some support for the people to have probably support group meetings, and if anyone's having a hard time, then there'll be someone from Lowell House that they can talk to, so there'll be some support attached to the housing. But as far as the house is concerned, it's like any other, and it's you know, sometimes we call it permanent housing. It doesn't mean that they have to live there forever. They can move in
You don't have to
and
sign
stay
a
as long
50-year
as they
lease.
want. Exactly. They can stay there as long as you want, like any other apartments. But it also provides an opportunity for people who wants to reunite with their families to be able to live together with their families in a sober environment.
And I'm sure that helps with sobriety too. Not being able to be near your kids, or like you mentioned, your girlfriend or boyfriend.
We always talk about things like sober houses.
Yeah.
You're suddenly thrown in with people you don't pick as your roommate, and that you have to share everything with. You don't have your own bathroom, you don't have your own kitchen. So at some point, it's good, it builds a community, it builds some supports around your addiction and around your sobriety. But ultimately, you want to go on with your life.
Definitely.
And you want to live and have your own privacy.
Yeah.
So these are not free apartments by any stretch. People have to work. They have to do all the things that we do in order to afford our houses and our apartments. So that's very important in terms of holding a job and being a responsible citizen. But as Yunju was saying, we'll have a full-time case manager there, and they will have direct access to AA meetings, to house meetings, to all the kinds of things that provide the supports they need to stay in recovery. So we think this is critical. And in terms of the time it takes, I think we may be a little ahead of the curve 3 years ago. So I think we've worked a lot with the city, and we're so happy on April 25th to hear the entire council voted to support the project, 9-0.
That's excellent.
And said wonderful things about the project. We don't want to move ahead with this without the support of the business community, without the support of the city, and the support of the people that need the services. So I think part of it is and it's something I think that maybe I do sometimes, we drove the wagon a little bit ahead of the group. But Yunju was very helpful in terms of bringing us back and getting everyone on the van, and now we're moving ahead.
Well, you're passionate about it, And
well, we are.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's why it's happening.
Right, exactly, and that sort of keeps you focused.
Absolutely.
So, but this is a partnership not only with the CBA, but also with the city too. So we're very pleased with that.
I can't wait to see the ribbon cutting for this. 6 years in the making. It's going to be amazing.
Well, I always said that the day we cut the ribbon is the day I retire. So, please.
This is breaking news. He said he always said it, but was this around the dinner table?
Please don't take 3 years, Yunju. I don't know whether I can make 3 years. Actually, I think that it's something I said I wanted to accomplish here in Lowell and accomplish for the people of Lowell and the addiction community. So I think that's the piece we're going to do. At the same time, though, we also have this wonderful transition of our clinical programs over to the health center.
And is that because obviously your building's going to be?
Well, yeah, we kind of made the decision along the way, and part of it is because we're looking at trying to integrate our care with primary care, with medical care, with all the allied health services, and we've had a terrific relationship, especially since Sue Levine has come in.
Yeah, she's great.
Oh, Sue's
how lucky
wonderful.
are we in Lowell? Everybody's just amazing. So.
Well, I think the other thing is we're lucky to be here. This is a great place to be. Yeah. So I think it naturally attracts some people that are committed and really want to go to a place that's willing to accept the kinds of things we need to do to make a difference, willing to work with us. So I think that makes it very special here. So we will go over there, and actually there's a building contiguous to theirs.
Yeah.
I think it's 101 Jackson. We'll have our own separate entrance. We'll be on the 4th floor, and we will design the space to be good trauma-informed space, because almost everyone in addiction has a trauma issue. We'll do it so there are healthy living pieces as a part of our clinical facility, and we will have our clinical facility there and be able to integrate with the health center. And we're also in the health center a behavioral health partnership along with the Mental Health Association. So all of that works very well, and I can see a lot of strong partnerships. So CBA is one of them, and I think they're our definite housing partner, certainly CTI also, and the Mental Health Center and the Health Center are wonderful partners. So I think we're to provide those strong continuum services for people is what we're doing.
I'm sure your clients are really excited about having access to all the services right there too.
I'm not sure they believe us yet.
I don't believe it when I see it.
I asked,
this really is happening.
I asked our staff, and one of our Scott, one of our longtime clinicians, said, "See what happens."
Now, when do you think that's going to happen? Do you have it?
Well, I think a lot depends on what the health center and in terms of building out. And, you know, they're working right now on the first 3 floors, which will be their eye clinic and their dental, and their, I think their adult medicine is going to be over there also, I think, on one of the floors. When they're along with that and they build the bridge, then we'll start building out our area. So we've signed a letter of intent, and we'll eventually sign a lease. So I would say hopefully a year from this summer we will be over at the health center.
I'm sure the faster for them the better too. They want to get everything up and running.
That's right.
And it's going to be so nice to be in such a beautiful new space.
Oh, it would be wonderful. So we'll have to we'll have all the chamber people over there on our open house.
Yeah, that's going to be really exciting. I remember when the health center moved over there, they just felt like they did, you know, we do such great work, and now where we work is a reflection of that, you know, just the beautiful offices. And
beautiful offices. Look what it's done to Jackson Street.
Oh, yeah, amazing.
I mean, now if they can carry that over to Middlesex and over to Appleton, I mean, it'll really be, and with the Justice Center there. So many of our clients are clients that are involved with the courts and involved with all of that, so it's a natural fit for us to be in that location. So we're excited.
And I'm glad you talked about the revitalization of Jackson Street, because the CBA, I mean, you're about revitalizing the acre section of Lowell. And I mean, you're kind of everywhere now, but initially that's how you started out. You want to talk a little bit about the CBA?
Sure, and this actually also is a catalyst, in my opinion, to really revitalize Upper Merrimack Street. You know, Upper Merrimack has a lot of buildings that needs, you know, either to be rebuilt or rehabbed, and this is an opportunity for us to tear down not such an attractive building and build a building that has a look and feel of the rest of the buildings, Jeanne d'Arc Credit Union next door, as well as some of the brick buildings down the street. So it provides an opportunity, and also since the Lowell House will be moving to the Jackson Street, we'll have downstairs, and so we'll have some commercial space that'll be open for businesses, and we will be looking for a tenant who would fit with what we want to do. So we don't want to have a liquor store or you know that type of
no marijuana dispensaries there.
But so we want to make sure that it also fits with what city would like to do with revitalization of Merrimack Street. So I think it's a great opportunity.
And with all the residents there, it's going to lend a hand to commerce happening in that area.
Of course, because you know the 23 to 27 to 28 apartments will be there.
That many. Wow.
That many.
That's a lot.
They go to restaurants, they purchase products, they do all of that stuff. And so I think it is the economic, I think, restoration of that entire street, especially with the university at the end and downtown on the other end, I think will be dramatic.
Well, it's $10+ million of investment that's coming into the city of Lowell because of this, without costing local tax dollars any money. So that's also an important thing. And I also always like to mention that that property will turn into a tax-paying building. So that would also benefit the city too.
I'm sure the councilors didn't mind voting yes on something like that when.
No, I think they were very pleased with that. Although, you know, it didn't become the major issue. I think it's one of those side issues that we say, oh, great, that's good. But I think people were concerned about what's going to be on Merrimack Street, how it's going to function. And I think that although we liked the original project, I think working with the city and some of their concerns, I think we decided that separating the projects would probably be the best thing. And look, we went from probably 3 or 4 councilors supporting us to 9 unanimously supporting us. So I think that's a great accomplishment. I'd rather go into the project that way than have some people concerned about it along the way.
And it just makes so much sense for you to be over at where the health center is.
Yeah, it does. It does. And we're looking forward to that. And of course, the issue for all of us is going to be parking.
Yeah.
So, and hopefully, I know that the city manager is hearing us on that, and the council, in that more parking for that area, especially with the Hamilton Canal, the Justice Center, everything else happening there. That place has unlimited potential.
Absolutely. So we only have a couple minutes left. If there's anything else you want the viewers to know about the projects, and then quickly just your contact information for both your organizations in case they want to get in touch. Find out more information.
So on the project, we will have some community involvement in terms of the planning and hopefully maybe a tent pole day. And so we'll tell the public, keep your eye on our website and on the CBA website. Our website is www.lowellhouseinc, don't forget the inc.org. come there, take a look, and ultimately we will kind of announce when we're pulling things together for community input. And again, Bill Garr, if you'd like to talk to me about anything, 617-285-6386. I'm available, bgar@lowellhouseinc.org, and contact me and we'll talk.
And just for referral process, so how do you move in, or how do you, I think we just need to, so the referral process actually will be through organizations like Lowell House or other organizations that are providing services to people who are going through recovery, so I just want to mention that.
That's important, thank you for mentioning that.
Right, so it's important if you're aligned with the health center or the mental health center or Lowell House that you begin talking to your counselor and tell them you're interested, because we're beginning to get people say, when it's ready, I'd like to talk about that for my family.
And we would take the applications, and then we'll have a lottery process to actually get people in. In our housing, normally when we have lottery for projects like that, we would get a couple hundred applications for like 20 some odd units. So it's important for people to understand the process, and if possible, going through an organization like Lowell House will be very helpful.
Yeah, especially because there are no sober apartments in this area. It's one of the only areas in the state where there are no sober apartments. So we're excited.
That's very exciting.
I'm glad we can tell your audience.
Yes, and we'll be sharing the information too for any of your community feedback. What's your contact information?
Our website is cbacre.org. Phone number is 978-452-7523. And my email address, yun-ju.choi@cbacre.org, or Facebook is a great way to communicate and see what's going on at CBA. And
you can also contact the Chamber, and we can gladly refer you over to the CBA and the Lowell House. Thank you.
We all love being Chamber members.
We love you guys and all that you're doing in the community. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for watching, and we'll be back again next month.